I'm so honored to be here with all industry veterans, and my name is Suvi Latva, and I'm working as a coordinator in Neogames Finland, which is a non-profit organization to support Finnish game industry and promote it. And I'm here, sorry that I'm having a little flu, but I'm here today to share with you interesting information regarding Finnish game industry and its current state. As you know, and as we have learned today, the history of Finnish game industry is 18 years old, or at least you know that it wasn't born yesterday. But it's not that long history. Actually, this kind of our short history gives our industry, and especially the small sizes of our companies, gives our industry ability to be agile and also react to changes of the markets as we have witnessed during past years. And roots of our game development, as you heard earlier, lies in strong hobbyist culture, and still for most of the developers is an industry of passion. I don't think that there is too many people in Finnish game industry working without being really passionate about what they are doing. And we have got some fame in globally during last couple of years because of the success of Supercell and Rovio. But as you know, that there has been lots of success stories already in early days, like Sulake, Happo Hotel, and other companies. Sulake was not mentioned in the history, not that I realized, and Digital Chocolate, and also in console and PC side, like Remedies, Max Payne, and everything. And of course, you all know these recent success stories, and lots of new promising companies are born all the time. If we talk about numbers, and if we look how our industry has been progressing, and how our industry turnover has been progressing during last couple of years, you can see that it's growing. Actually, the growth between 2012 and 2013 was amazing, 250%. It's not really bad. And with the turnover of last year, 900 million euros, the magic limit of 1 billion euros is getting closer. And with these game industry core numbers, we mean game development and turnover of the game development, but excluding merchandises and acquisitions. And if we include merchandises, acquisitions, and investments, the total turnover of the Finnish game industry last year was 2.2 billion euros. And just to mention that we have 5.5 million citizens. So I would say that it's impressive. We have been lately pretty lucky with the financial transactions, or Finnish game industry has been lucky with the financial transactions. And by the way, you can find all these numbers from the leaflet, which is, you can get it from our booth, Neogames, the booth from outside. This game industry of Finland, you can learn the details if you cannot memorize everything now. So you can learn the details later. But during 2011 and 2014, almost 1.80 billion US dollars has been collected to the Finnish game industry in a form of private investments and mergers and acquisitions. And with that money offers a great opportunities for several new startups and existing companies to create even more great success stories. And if we look about the number of employees, it's only 2,500 or 400, which we estimated that we have in Finnish game industry at the moment. And if we would compare this number of employees to our total value of the industry of last year, which was 2.2 billion euros, if we compare it to amount of employees at the moment, I must say that the Finnish game industry is efficient. There are 200 game industry startups in game companies in Finland, and you can find them all from our web pages, neogames.fi. And significant part of the companies are developing games for mobile platforms, but there are also development in other platforms, all the other platforms, existing platforms, sorry. And there are lots of new startups. I would say that over 50% of new existing game companies has been established during last couple of years. There are lots of so-called second round startups, so people who have been employed in Rovio or Supercell or other established companies, they have started their new business. So the young age of the company doesn't mean that they wouldn't have experience. And the sizes of the Finnish game industry is surprisingly small in general. There are only 4 companies who had more than 100 employees, and Rovio is biggest with its 800 employees, but lots of the studios are really small. And most of our game studios, and especially established game studios, are located in capital area, but there is lots of promising game industry hotspots in other areas too. We have been often asked that how come Finnish game industry has become so successful, and the answer is really simple. We just have something in our water, and that's the kind of the easy way to answer it. Well, as in the panelists, we have learned that we have some other things also, and I would say that one of the most important thing is that we have really tight community, and it's supporting and sharing and caring, and it's also strongly nurtured by IGDA Finland, which has been existing already for years. And we have these IGDA gatherings in Helsinki every month regularly, and I think that during the last couple of years we have had something like 400 participants, or 300 to 400 participants in every gatherings, and they are informal gatherings. You can just share your ideas and have a beer. And of course we have Nokia, and it has been giving a lot for our industry and for our developers. But I would also say that when Nokia was not doing that much game development inside the company, it also gave us an opportunity, or our industry as an opportunity, to be independent and agile when the studio size were small when developing mobile games at the early days. And of course we have Tekes national funding for innovation and technology, and for games too. And Neogames has been existing from 2003, and we have been supporting Finnish game industry best as we can. So that was my kind of 2 cents, and if you want to know more, please visit our webpage, neogames.fi, or don't hesitate to contact me.